I remember one day getting a call to be commentating some event down in Daytona Beach, Florida. I didn't know what it was. I just knew it was going to be a stock car race at the oval circuit of the famous Daytona National Speedway. A person by the name of Tyler Lawmaker told me about a startup racing series using characters from Nickelodeon, specifically its Nicktoons characters. I was thinking it sounded strange. Like it sounded odd that this person who could have made any other form of stock car racing decided to make, of all things, a series of cartoon characters racing around an oval track or oval circuits.
Hi, my name is Billy Bob. I was the director of TRN's first broadcast of the Nicktoons Shootout in Season 1. Nowadays, I'm yelling at you with my deep voice and excited mannerisms in the booth alongside Taylor and Larry. The first broadcast was a challenge. Our ticker was very simple. Just type fun, really, with very, very little animation. Very minimalistic, though, was the key for this broadcast that Tyler wanted us to do. He basically just said no real analysis, no pre-race or build-up, just the racing. That's all he really wanted to be covered on this day.
I don't think any one of us on that small group of people in that production booth had any idea what we were stepping into. But I think as time went on, we kind of had a little idea of what we had once it got going.
Go for camera 2, 7, hard, cut in, camera 8, camera 9, 10, ready, 11, go 4, green flag, yellow flag, lap 2, 3, 4.
Alright guys, we're on in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Welcome to Daytona, here for the Nicktoons Shootout in the Nicktoons Racing League, the inaugural race.
I remember going on air and just kind of fumbling and stuttering over my words. I had no idea what I was doing, what this gig would lead me to. I just knew that I had to call 10 drivers around a 2.5-mile superspeedway. And as Tyler put it, be excited and be involved in the action.
I am very excited for this race.
The the cameras were all being fed through like a 1,000 kilobits per second feed, and it was just not good quality at all. If we went any higher, it would actually cause it to lag and cut out. So in order to keep the frames per second at a steady rate, we had to sacrifice a bit of quality, which in hindsight was a brilliant move. That broadcast was being held together by duct tape, it felt like. It was a matter of me watching it, contemplating my decision to be a part of this broadcast that at the time I thought would get zero attention and just be an afterthought and a huge failure.
It's time to go crazy here at Daytona. Green flag is out and we are underway. The number 95 of Tuck Carmichael had a little bit of a shot at the lead there for a second. Maybe actually might get it again. We'll see what happens.
I was checking notes that were by me on a table in the booth, and it just had the car numbers, the names, the teams the drivers were part of, and the shows that those characters were from. No real information other than that, because Tyler was afraid that too much would be too much. He wanted to showcase the racing of his series, and that's what he wanted to showcase on air.
As 22 is your leader, Sheldon Lee.
I remember occasionally seeing little frame stutters. We still do on broadcasts now, but one, it's no longer my job to worry about stuff like that, and two, it's just not that big of a deal as it was back then whenever we were doing that broadcast. I just remember crossing my fingers, hoping that it would not cut out or anything like that, because I knew it would ruin any hope that the series might have had, as well as ruin the broadcast that we were trying to actually put together. But once I saw that monitor, man, because Taylor used the monitor that he had, the cameras being streamed through all the information and all the things that he really needed. I was just blown away by how it looked. It's a beautiful thing when you work for as long as we did. About a month of prep work went into it, and for it to look as good as it did was an amazing feeling.
Oh, we have trouble! Oh my gosh, one car spins. That's Sheldon. Oh my gosh. Hard hit.
When the wreck happened exiting turn 4, I had to figure out who was involved all in real time. I still laugh a bit hearing me struggling to say Sheldon Lee was involved, but that was once again due to it being really my first time doing anything like this.
But like I said, it honestly looked pretty good, you know? Everything seemed to be working, everything was well and stable enough. We were all just waiting to cover who would win this very first race of this brand new series. It could have been a fine race with a simple finish and no real dramatics to it, just a simple race back with no real fanfare. We would have been proud of just that. Well, we are shooting this documentary about that very race 5 years later, so it was anything but.
Wow, troubles for the leader. As well as Twister Rodriguez in the 5 car gets his engine blown. He's out of it.
We were waiting for the restart. We actually almost missed the shot of Twister's engine letting go. I want to say that would have been disastrous for that race's coverage. That was a leader of the race engine exploding on a pace lap. That's insane, very dramatic, and perfect to cover in this type of event with it being the very first of this new racing series. From there, it was just poetry in motion. Everything fell into the right spot. It gives me chills thinking of what could have happened versus what ended up happening.
And we're back underway. The Rocket pulls away from the pack for the moment. And the 24 of Patrick Starr making a move on the inside. Patrick Starr leads that lap here at Daytona. Here comes the 1 car of Auto Rocket. Trying to make a move again on the inside. Only a handful of laps to go. It's all going to be about side drafting now. There's so many cars out of it. It's all about side drafting. They're going to be coming around 2 to go. It's right there on Auto's bumper. Here comes the number 24 of Patrick Starr making a move. Side by side through turns 3 and 4. This time around, it's going to be one more time around. Who's going to win this race? It's going to be Otto or Patrick Starr in the 24. White flag is out one more time around. It's going to be all about who can make the move last and who will be here leading at the end of turn number 4. Patrick has it for the moment. There's 24. Here comes the 1 of Auto Rocket. Trying to make a side draft. It's gonna be close. Auto Rocket up high. Patrick down low. Oh, that was too close to call. Wow. Wow. The results are in. The number 24 car of Patrick Starr is gonna be your winner of the Nicktoons Shootout. 1/1000th of a second. That's incredible.
I don't think any one of us would have expected it to not only be a success and not a total failure, but also for it to be an incredible finish that had pretty much everything you could have asked for.
1/1000th of a second. That's insane. At the time of that race, the NASCAR Cup Series had never even seen that margin before as a winning margin. I remember whenever we wrapped up the broadcast, seeing Tyler's face, the pure shock and joy, and just amazement. It was an
dare I say, an amazing moment to be a part of.
Can you believe it's been 5 years?
Nope, I can't. I really, really can't. If you pinched me a million times, I still wouldn't believe it. It's like a dream, really. It is just so great.